You know, if I get a window seat, I want the window seat, not the window feet. 'Cause I can guarantee you, if I walk up to go to sit down in my seat and I see them feets, no, I'm gonna take off before the plane does. It's already a bit of a douchey move to try to claim both armrests if you're in the middle seat, but, like, don't try to claim the armrests of the people that are in front of you. I don't even know that was possible until today, but no, stupidity is so ever-evolving and adapting. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/iamatotalPOS, the ever-expanding dumpster fire that is larger than any trash island in the ocean y'all ever seen. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Link to social medias down below. There you go. On the way to work this morning, I saw a crotch rocket zigzagging through traffic behind me. The guy was really hauling booty. I was in the middle lane, and the right lane was open next to me, so when he got close enough, I swerved hard towards the right, and the a-hole panicked. I swear he was still airborne before I lost sight of him, as he disappeared into the woods. Look, I know going like twice the speed limit on a sport bike and zipping through traffic isn't exactly welcome everywhere, but you know what also isn't? It's running somebody off of the road. Way to go to admit that on Facebook. Yeah, no, that totally puts you in a wonderful, wonderful good light there. Plus also, how stupid do you need to forget that two wrongs don't make a right there? Honk if you know Kanye is right about the Jews, and Govern TV Rev 39 John 844. Okay, as people probably know, I usually like to avoid the news because it usually is nothing ever positive, and I'd like to avoid all the political stuff that gets said. What's going on with Kanye? Because this is still fairly fresh. I don't really know much about the situation. All I know is there's been memes going around of saying this company has now dropped Kanye. I mean that, and also apparently he got banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! Federal authorities have charged 47 people in Minnesota with conspiracy and other counts in what they said Tuesday was the largest fraud scheme yet to take advantage of the virus pandemic by stealing $250 million from a federal program that provides meals to low-income children. Why does this has me thinking that people thought of the phrase, it's as easy as stealing candy from a baby, but you know, now it's apparently stealing lunch from children. I liked it back when that was just a saying. People didn't need to say, hold my beer, I'll actually do it. This photo is the reason this person quit their job, and I've been to the theaters like this, where they have these nice luxury seats and everything. They're very fancy, they're very clean, which means a lot of the employees put in a lot of effort in order to make things clean, and it sucks that there are people that can just come in and act like, oh, it's not my problem, so I can just absolutely destroy it. Anytime I've gone to the movie theater in the past, I always make sure that I carry out everything that I brought in and throw it in the bins that are outside of the door, because I know for a fact I'm one of the few people that actually do that, because I've seen many times where people will just leave everything they brought in that they were eating on the chairs, and it really does suck, especially with the Marvel movies, because now everybody thinks that there's an after credit scene, so the staff can't come in to clean until the extra 7 to 10 minutes later. And really, it just has me wishing that they would advertise if whether or not a movie will have after credits or mid-credit scenes beforehand. I know that you could just simply look up whether or not a movie has an after credits once the movie releases, but I know for a fact not everybody does that. Not everybody's gonna take the time to look up something unless it's a problem for them especially. What, man, it just said no parking on the street. This does not mean you get to compromise like this. And just because your vehicle can drive up on the sidewalk don't mean you should be able to park there, or you think you can park there. No, you're gonna come out to a couple things missing. I swear, this makes me definitely want to take his wipers. You know, something that doesn't hurt him but is definitely gonna piss him off later in life. You know, like replacing the air stems on his tires with those little screw-on dong ones. They definitely exist. I can't show them on YouTube, obviously, because they're dong-shaped, but yeah, they exist, and I've thought about getting them. They sell them in like a pack of 150. They're bright orange, so you're not gonna notice them at first, but when you notice them, you will definitely notice them. State police say Rodriguez was headed north when his car left the road, veered onto the shoulder, and hit a broken-down box truck, a tow truck, and Leichhardt. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Some of my German words are not the best. Rodriguez was charged with first-degree vehicular manslaughter and a DWI. News Channel 13 has learned that Rodriguez has multiple past convictions for DWI, and his license was revoked at the time of Thursday night's crash. He was charged by state police in Greenwich in 2005 for a DWI, and he pled down phone to DWAI and was fined. Rodriguez was arrested in Fort Edward on a DWI charge in 2010. He pled guilty and got a conditional license, meaning he could only drive to and from work. Then in 2017, Rodriguez was arrested twice, again, both times for drinking and driving. His license was revoked in 2018 and he spent 10 months in prison. Okay, why did this dude not lose his license years ago? You would kind of think like after the first time they would say, okay, do not do it again. Second time, okay, that's it, you can't be trusted, give me your license. No, apparently this dude made it for another 10 years before he got his license revoked, and that just don't make sense whatsoever, especially with the fact that I still can't comprehend anybody's justification to get behind the wheel of a 2-ton vehicle when you are schwasty. Worst thing I've ever done drunk, I think, was to get on like the microtransaction store. But no, some people out here thinking, oh yeah, no, I can't walk straight, the room keeps on spinning. Yeah, let's speed that up to 45 miles an hour in a 2-ton vehicle. Drunk Mario Kart is pretty fun though, but that's about as most as the drunk driving I might ever do. I shotgunned all my stuff and I have no idea how I kept on winning. Man tells police if a child is old enough to talk, it's old enough to have it, and you are old enough to serve a life sentence. There are age restrictions in place for stuff like this for a freaking reason, and anybody that just thinks, well, if they have any coherent thought, then that means that they are totally up for that test. It's definitely anybody that should not be allowed in public at all. Hey kids, Santa's fake, Jesus is real. Yeah, the context for this one says that a friend found this inside of the packaging of a toy bought from a well-known retailer and appears to have been placed by the POS themselves. I think bottom line, look, if a kid wants to believe in Santa, if it's something that makes them happy, let them do that, because, like, I will say this, childhood is short, and if you got something that you can enjoy because it makes you happy, then I'd say enjoy the heck out of it. Just because some POS didn't get to have that same type of happy childhood does not mean that they should be allowed to then ruin it for everybody else. To whoever keeps stealing our roadies, you are literally the reason we can't have nice things. So much for trying to have a beautiful neighborhood. If anybody is stealing plants, I swear, eventually people will have to rely on going to the good old underhand tactic of setting up a sprinkler system tied to a button switch with somebody manning the security cameras. We will have to eventually resort to the good old saying that works on pets and animals, all of the like, stop that. I know that was a poor attempt at me mimicking a squirt bottle, but you get the idea. Hello everyone, I don't know if I'm allowed to post this on here, but this woman came into retail store today and stole a large amount of products by shoving them in her jacket. She then went on to steal an employee's purse with all of her personal belongings in it, car keys, wallets, money, and spent all of her holiday money on all of her debit and credit cards. She got away with stealing over $1,000. Please, if everyone knows this woman, reach out to the town police department. Thank you so much. I'm not sure what everybody else thinks for scenarios like this, but I for one am very much all for this kind of name and shame kind of thing. If they have you on camera, have your car, and then very much you're stealing not only from the store, but the people that work at the store, yeah, no, I don't have any respect for you. I didn't have any respect from you when you stole, so I don't have any respect for you, especially since you just robbed an employee. Plus, also, putting up a post like this, the good old name and shame, just is the wonderful way to root them out. Like, seriously, what are they gonna do? Come back in and complain about the post being up? Hey, I didn't like that you posted this after I stole. I want you to take it down. To the woman in her 40s who threw a can of Febreze and hit my son in the head with it last night at Kroger because he couldn't honor all 50 of your coupons, shame on you for your bad behavior towards my boy who is barely 18, trying to make his way in this world, trying to follow company procedure. He's a good boy and did not deserve that. I hope you see this post and are embarrassed and ashamed of yourself. I hope that no one ever treats any of your family like that. Oh, but that's the catch. The people that will do this type of stuff to retail and grocery store employees are the type of people that have never had the same thing done towards them, so they don't know what it's like when they do that to people. And I have to deal with some of the stupidest stuff on a daily basis on my end. People that don't know how to put their carts away is the most common one. Next one being prescription cards. And funny enough, some of the people that I work with actually watch my videos, so they know exactly what I'm about to talk about. But basically, we have a vet in the building that we just kind of share the location with, and in order to buy prescription food, in a nutshell, you need to take the prescription from your vet and then run that over to that little in-store vet, so they give us a card to work with the registers, but for some reason, people think they don't need to do that, or they can just get something that is completely different, and I have lost track of the amount of times that people have said, oh, will you let me do it last time? No. That's not how any of that works. It's not like you'd need a matching or valid prescription to buy prescription food, especially since the brand says frickin' prescription on it. And people get irate when I tell them that we can't do that because if something happens to your pet, we are held liable. So it is kind of an employment thing. I have literally told people it's part of my employment, and some of them do not care at that point. For the love of God, like, respect retail workers, and if there's a policy, then there's a policy. There's no special exception just because of X, Y, or Z. And the worst memory I have is a dude wanted to fight me because he wouldn't pick up after his animal, and I called him out on it. And I'll tell you that, I was not expecting to almost throw hands 30 minutes into my shift that day. Speaking of retail experiences that give me pain, unfortunately, this is something I'm all too familiar with, but the majority of it I actually deal with in our leash and collar section of the store. But seriously, I've come to realize that people know exactly where to pick things up, but when it comes to putting things back where you got them, it's freaking rocket science. If people put things away in the same speed that they took it off, then I think that things would be a lot better, because then you wouldn't also have a big pile to make you think, oh, okay, I'll just have somebody that's getting paid to do this. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.